Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Well, hello, Mrs. Farmer. You're looking dashing as usual. Can you say dashing for a lady?
You can say dashing. You look dashing too.
We're dashing.
We're dashing.
Through the snow.
Hey.
You know what? Guess what? For the
What?
first time in a long time, we're cooking outside.
That's right. And it's still 80 degrees, but it doesn't seem...
But it's bearable.
Yes.
It's been hot.
Because the sun went down. That's right.
But I tell you what, tonight we're going to have, you talk about meat and potatoes, but elegant meat and potatoes. Because if you're going to cook, you might as well do it right.
And you could have that every day. Meat and
You
potatoes.
can have that every day.
Yes.
And you know what? All you have to do is have a heat source to cook. In our repurposed old forge, what do we got going?
You like that. You
We
get
got
your
our
charcoal going.
Isn't that perfect?
That is perfect.
It's eye level to put your cast
For my
iron on
dessert.
For your
There you go.
dessert. Now, we're going to have to time everything out tonight because we do have dessert.
It's important.
You got it at your grandma's old book.
Another great recipe.
You know what? We need to put all these together, all grandma's recipes
We do.
together. There's so many of them. But we got our fire going, and I'm eyeballing it to make sure we get the right temperature over there. But I noticed on your front porch, I noticed a bird flitting in. Now, you know we had a sad experience with our brown thrashers.
Right.
Crows got them.
Yeah.
Crows got the babies. We feel sure that happened. If you have ferns on your front porch, you're likely to have a visitor. So, let's talk about the kind of bird that we have right now. And if you looked in an old bird book, an Eastern bird book that I have in there right now, first printing was 1925, and I think the last printing was in the 40s or 50s. If you looked in that book, you would not find this bird. Do you know why?
Really? Why?
Because they weren't here.
Really? So how'd they get here?
It's a house finch.
Okay.
They were in the western part of the United States, but they got here's the sound they make right here. Listen to this. Isn't that a wonderful sound?
It is.
People miss that sound out west, so guess what? They started capturing these birds. Now, it's easy to do because they build right on your front porch around
Right.
houses. Once they hatch, you can take them and feed them seeds or whatever. So they started to do this and take them to the East Coast.
Really?
And they had them in actual stores, pet stores. When the pet store owners found out it was illegal, what did they do?
Cut them free?
They turned them loose. Guess what? They're everywhere.
Really?
now.
I didn't know that.
So
Interesting.
house finches are a
Interesting.
really beautiful bird. They have a little bit of kind of cranberry color on their head and
Right.
chest. And we'll show you more as that goes along.
We got
but
some babies.
We got some babies, tiny little babies,
Yeah.
tiny little legs. I hope the crows haven't found out where they are
Yeah.
because they will raid a nest, and they've been doing that a lot around here. All right, now that we got the birds out of the way, Mrs. Farmer, my mouth is watering just thinking about this. This is one of your grandmother's cakes, and it's kind of a thick, it's kind of a
Spongy cake.
spongy
Yeah.
cake, and it's got pineapples in it. Can you tell us what you're doing?
You know what? Her book has got every kind of fruit cake, any kind of cake with fruit in it. And so I'm thinking, what sounds good? Pineapple. And I have to get my glasses. And it's another one of hers. It's her pineapple cake. And she said when
It's
I
not
read
upside
it,
down.
no, this is very heavy and moist, and it doesn't rise much, and you really don't need to frost it. It said you can top it with whipped cream because it's probably so rich and creamy. So we're gonna make that.
This
that
has
sounds
got that
good.
same consistency. She had it going on
She
with
did.
the cakes. Of course,
She
she
did.
had to. She had a restaurant.
Right.
So anyway, let's get this started, Mrs.
Okay.
Farmer, because we got other things to cook.
Alrighty. And I cut this recipe in half.
All right.
In the book it said, because I thought it's just for you and I, and we'll do it in a 10-inch pan.
10-inch pan.
Right. So what I have here is a cup of flour and a cup of sugar. All right, I've already measured these out.
Okay.
And I have, this is 3/4 a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Being we're
Gotcha.
outside, I have it measured. So our dry ingredients are there. This is such a simple recipe. And we now have just 1 can of pineapple, and this is a
Crushed.
crushed pineapple, 20-ounce can.
Somebody
That makes it
crushed
easy.
that.
That makes it super easy. So we have that, and we have 2 eggs.
All right.
This is so simple. So we're gonna take our 2 eggs, and you're my mixer, so if you wanna get those
Go ahead and
eggs
start
going.
beating them.
That's our eggs. All right, you got our eggs all mixed, and now we're gonna
Okay.
put half a cup oil in there. We got some
All right.
olive oil here. And that's gonna be a half a cup.
All right, so
That's-
there's your oil and eggs.
That's right. All right, so now I'm just gonna slowly add a little bit of our powder mixture. If you wanna just keep
Okay.
mixing. Do that. And we're gonna go back and forth with that and the pineapple. And that's just what it says, that's how she did it. So I'm gonna do it just like she did it. Just gonna kinda mix a little bit of each, like that.
And again, what a better way to keep our grandparents alive in our thoughts, folks that we've known. We have their recipes.
That's right. Hers are all
I
amazing.
remember their conversations around the table and the fun we had as kids. You don't ever want to forget.
That's right.
Never want to forget the folks who came before us and made it possible for us to be here. They worked hard.
Yes,
They
they
worked
did.
so hard.
Now, this recipe actually called for half a cup of walnuts, but we're going to do pecans because we prefer the pecans. So let's do pecans in ours.
Is it pecans or pecans?
Pecan. And that's it. That's our recipe.
I'm a mixologist.
Yes, you are. You do really good.
Look at me mix.
We're going to let that cook 375 for about 45 minutes.
Can I smell it?
You can.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and sweet. It's ready to put a little more oil in there, you think?
I think it would be a bad idea.
Just kind of swirl that around. Don't want it to stick.
Now, again, when you're cooking outside, when you're cooking in cast iron, and I talked to somebody today, they're just amazed that you could put X amount on top, X amount on the bottom, and get X amount of heat.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
Do you know how much to get your 375?
I do, 16 and 7.
How about that?
I know, Kelly told me.
16 and 7.
All right.
Now that's going to get you that temperature right there.
That's right.
Now, obviously, if the wind's blowing and your charcoal burns down rather quickly, you might have to replace it. But keep that same amount there. And then once you get to be a pro, you can just pull out from the fire the amount that you need to put on there and kind of eyeball it, and you'll be good to go.
Good enough?
All right, where's the
that
top
looks good, doesn't it? Let me get you the top.
Yep. 7 on the bottom, 16 on the top.
That's right.
Okay, Mrs. Farmer, if you give me 4 pieces of uncured, thick sliced bacon.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not handling a whole lot of food because I got a boo-boo.
Okay.
Because I tried to save a pizza. I did save
the
the
other
pizza,
night, you
but
saved
I did get some marinara sauce.
The kids were happy you saved the pizza.
Darren's leg.
That's right.
Mrs. Farmer,
Yes.
I'm gonna do a handoff.
Okay.
If you'll set this right over the middle on the hottest part of the fire, we're gonna get bacon going. Why? Because we're gonna need the bacon and the grease in just a little while. We need a good hot fire to do it, and we got it. You know, even in your dad's condition, the one thing he always remembers and talks about is having dinner and having people over.
Yes, he loved having everybody over for dinner.
That's the most important time of the day, when you can sit down and have dinner and talk, regardless of what time of day it is.
He did mention that a lot today, having everyone for dinner.
Everyone for dinner.
Everyone for dinner.
All right, Mrs. Farmer, do you hear bacon frying?
I do.
You know what that means?
That we get ready to eat pretty soon.
That the bacon's frying.
Oh, okay.
Now, we have, sitting right in front of us, baked potatoes. Now, let me tell you about russet potatoes. If you want to cook outside, and we've been out here all day doing other stuff, put them off to the side, put them in a Dutch oven. We try not to use aluminum too much anymore. I just kind of stay away from that. That's me. You can use it if you'd like. But you can put those in a 10-inch pan. You can put those on for 400.
Oh, yeah.
350, 400. You like to cook them a little bit slower, 350.
I like cooking them
all day long.
Yes, they get better the more they cook.
But you can cook them, and you did cook them
Yeah.
for hours, and we like them like that. But generally, 400 degrees, poke a lot of holes in them, put them in for an hour. These have been cooking for a long time. They're perfect.
They are.
Do something wonderful. It's easy. Everybody's done it, but tonight, this is what we wanted for dinner.
It's our favorite dinners.
It's our favorite dinner. We've been having a lot of seafood lately. Seafood's coming back very shortly. We've got some great seafood recipe. But tonight, it's all about the meat and potatoes and bacon.
Bacon.
There's our bacon sizzles in the background.
That sounds good. It smells good.
Mrs. Farmer, here's what we're going to do with these wonderful potatoes. We're just going to scoop the centers out. Once you get them out, kind of leave a structure here.
Okay.
All right. So let's take some sour cream, some butter, liberally applied. Sour cream. Woo!
Yum.
Butter.
Yum.
Yes. I don't know if we want that much, but we want quite a bit.
I think we do.
I think we want that much?
Yes, butter's good. You grab it.
Margarine's bad, butter's good. Just remember
butter's
that.
good for you.
So we're going to get this all together and let it get acquainted. Some cheese.
Cheese.
And what we're going to do, we need some salt and pepper too.
All right. I'll mix it while you put all that in.
All right.
I can just eat this like now.
Now we could do broccoli. We're going to put, did you see how much pepper?
Yes, I saw that.
And we just got a lot of pepper.
I like pepper. You know, if Glenn was here,
no,
he would want to eat the potatoes.
Accidentally got the big end open.
I like that.
Look at that, look at that, look at that.
Yum.
Oh, you can do so much. There's so much you could do here.
This is all my favorite stuff, though.
So now we're going to stuff this back in, then cover them with cheese and bacon. All right, Mrs. Farmer, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that pan, put it down on the fire.
Okay.
I'm going to take this pan and put it up on the snake and roll it out just a little bit so it'll stay warm and that cheese will melt.
Yum.
What do you say to that?
That sounds good. I'm
That's
hungry.
what I'm talking about. And now, Nikki, look over there and look what's happening. As our potatoes are staying warm, what's bathing them?
I like that. The cheese.
Smoke.
Oh, smoke. Okay.
We get added smoke flavor over there. That's going to be yummy. All right, so now, look at what we've got right here. Now, you might say those are the yellow wax beans, but you know, I think wax was meant for the color.
Okay.
Because there's nothing about those beans that
Right.
are waxy. They're absolutely wonderful. They're beautiful. They have a more nutty taste than a grassy
They're
taste. They're easier to see on the vine, according to a friend of mine who grows these.
That's right.
And I like them better than the regular green beans.
I do too.
Absolutely love them. Now, some people may say that these are kind of like the leather britches, the old types, or
Yeah.
the shuck beans. But
My grandma called them wax beans.
yeah,
But they don't taste
but
like
there's
rice.
really these are
are
as
delicious.
good or better. I think they're better than regular green beans. We're gonna do something a little different with them tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got bacon grease over there,
That's right.
so we're good to go. Now, some things that we're gonna do tonight. And we keep talking about the world's perfect steak. Every night you have a steak, it's the perfect steak, regardless
is.
of how you fix it,
That's
because
right.
it's wonderful stuff. And strip steak was on sale. Where's strip steak from? Right here. Take a look at this. If you haven't seen this segment about processing a beef, it's almost up to 2 million views right now. Here's a great way to look at where your beef comes from. Now, you know how I like my sauces. Now, you always think red wine with steak, right?
Right.
How about let's do a reduction with our mushrooms that's in a white wine.
I like that because I like white wine.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our pan, we're gonna put some butter in it. Then we're gonna take some garlic and some onion, and we're gonna turn that over in butter until it gets nice and done. Then we're gonna take our mushrooms and we're gonna put these are shiitakes, we're gonna take the stems off. We're gonna put them in there, cut them up in nice pieces, and we're gonna turn those over for about 5 minutes till they get nice and the consistency is just perfect. And then some salt and pepper. Now when your mushrooms start to get done, we're gonna go ahead and take some thyme and tarragon and put in here. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Now see, we're cooking over a fire and we're cooking beautiful, wonderful stuff outside. Then we're gonna take 1/3 of a cup of beef broth, 1/3 of a cup of dry white wine, and you've got some Pinot Grigio here. Then we're gonna take some butter. Now we've already got some butter in the pan, obviously from turning everything over, but we're gonna put a little bit more butter in there, and we're gonna reduce that down to about 1/3. It still starts getting nice and thick. Then we're gonna put that over top of our strip steak.
That sounds pretty good.
Now, while the mushrooms are getting started, let's go check the cake because I think it's just about done.
That's pretty good.
Look at that.
Touch it. Perfect.
Is that where it needs to be?
Perfect.
All right, we're gonna set this off the fire. Set that right over here.
That's perfect.
Look at that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Beautiful. Now what we're doing is we're heating our 12-inch. We're not gonna get it real hot. What we're gonna do is cook that strip steak. We're just gonna start loosening that fat up and letting it get nice and juicy. So on our steaks, just salt, pepper, and garlic. And you need quite a bit of each, to me, to make it really robust. And then when the center gets to be about 115, 120, now we like them rare, then we're gonna pop them on the fire. We're gonna get this up to about, I don't know, 250 degrees. We're gonna put just enough on top and enough on the bottom to get it nice and warm. I'm thinking around 250, 275. We're gonna take our bacon grease, and we're gonna pop in our beans. Our beautiful, wonderful beans. A little salt and pepper on our green beans. How about a little bit of red pepper flake? Spice things up a bit. Mrs. Farmer likes hers not real spicy, but just a taste. So everything is coming together quickly. So when that center gets to be about 120 for us, that's when we pop it up in the fire. Right over here, and then we'll bring it on up to 135.
Hi, I'm Lardo,
And I'm Burley.
and we're the Moron Brothers. Got a frog in my throat.
It's called a Little Rock Getaway, but we refer to our version as Broke Down in Arkansas.
Well, the first thing we got to try is our steak. Now, did you see that temperature? See, you know, we cooked it down just a little bit.
Mushrooms are good.
The steak's delicious, but the mushrooms make it, do they not? Is that the shallots and the garlic?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
Perfect temperature. I'm going to try these green beans now,
Right.
Nikki. Again, these are a little nutty flavors.
Those are good.
I believe I like them better.
I do too. When I like your pepper on them.
A little bit of crunch,
Yeah, I like the pepper flake.
a little bit of heat.
Very good.
Now look here, Miss Farmer.
You can't go wrong with that.
Oh, look at the heat coming off that. And these have got smoke from the fire.
That's good. I like your extra pepper on that. That made it really good. I'm glad you spilled a little extra.
Wow.
Very
that
good.
really
Really good.
brings some heat down. And oh, that was a happy accident, wasn't it?
Oh, that's good.
The bacon. Simple setup. Now, I would say, you know, I never even measured, I just eyeballed it, but I would say that's probably about 11 or 12 inches off the ground. Start your small fire, cut your logs. That's the perfect, when it's down like that, that's the perfect area to cook on.
Makes you want to go camping.
Makes you want to go camping.
That's right.
You know what? You can take one of these with you. Get you a rig like this. You can drive the 4 stakes on the ground, pop your stuff in here. All this stuff can be driven in the ground. Set you up in an area where your rocks are here. And guess what? You've got a safe cooking area.
Here you do. Perfect.
Mrs. Farmer, we will come back to this, obviously, but I got to try a piece of that.
Want some dessert?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's try a cake. You want to go first?
I want to. I can't wait to taste this.
I snuck a pineapple out there a minute ago.
Oh, wow.
I love the consistency of her cakes.
Remember another bite of that. And just do some whipped cream on the top. What do you think? They're all good, aren't they? That's really good.
You know what? It tastes old-fashioned.
Yeah,
It's the kind of stuff you get at church and eat on the ground.
I like that. We're eating all dessert before our food.
Oh,
I like that. Good job, Grandma. Again.
thank
Hey,
you, Grandma. Sorry about that.
you're supposed to be eating your steak first.
I know, but I'm gonna have this piece right here before
Okay.
it cools down and stuff. You know, for a long time, every time we tried to cook outside, it rained.
That's right.
I thought we were gonna have to take this wagon and turn it into an ark. But it finally stopped raining one night.
Yes. It's not too bad tonight.
It's not terrible.
Right.
But you know what? When you could cook outside and when everything gets enveloped in that, you get a little bit of wood smoke on that. Steak was outstanding. Potato was outstanding. Beans were outstanding.
Yes.
The cake was absolutely wonderful. And look what we've got left to eat. But
sit.
before we eat that, there's a few things we have to talk about.
Okay.
It's extremely, almost impossible to get on our Facebook page.
It is.
How hard is it?
You hit like.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
it's
you mean
hard.
you just click
Hit
the like button?
Yes, that's right.
It's not that terribly hard. And you know, lots of folks on there that we're talking to now. We also have a cast iron site, Cast Iron Cooking with Tim Farmer. That's just a page where you cook with cast iron, take pictures of it, talk
Right.
about it. And you know, the only thing we ask on our Facebook page is to be kind.
That's right.
Be nice to each other. And let's do that in real life as we're out and about. Let's try to be kind to each other if we can. There's one more place that you might want to go. If you're looking up a recipe, where would you go, Miss Farmer?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
You would not.
I do all the time.
Recipes,
That's
how
right.
to build stuff, all kinds of wonderful stuff like that. Hit subscribe. That way, anytime a new video comes out, you'll be
got it.
notified. Mrs. Farmer, this is going to be tough.
I know.
But now we have to eat all this wonderful food.
We do.
Should we share with folks out there?
We should.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Be here in 10 minutes.
If not, there's no
or
food
we're gonna
left.
have to
That's
eat
right.
It. So
That's
just
right.
hurry. And remember, it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
And really good eats. You outdid yourself again.
We'll see you next week on Tim Farmer's
Wow.
Country Kitchen. And the mushrooms did the trick, didn't
Oh,
they?
it did. Those are good.
All right.
Ready for some steak?
To order a cookbook, email timfarmerck@gmail.com.